Welcome everybody. This is Salted Roots. It's an A-frame cabin here in beautiful Lowell Point, Alaska. It's out in the woods with an ocean view, and it is incredible. I can't wait to show you guys what's on the inside because this place is something to check out. So welcome inside. The first thing you notice when you walk in is this pretty stellar spiral staircase that goes up to the guest bedroom. When you walk into the cabin, it's very wide open, and you notice on the other side also these massive, huge windows, and you just get the most beautiful view of out front, and it's like you're in a giant teepee. This place is really cool. You've got these open spaces, these beautiful windows, and you've got a huge, massive area. And so like over here, we've got the kitchen. When you come on this side of the house, you're on the kitchen. And you've got this little dining room area with this beautiful wood table. I really love this table. I think it's actually gorgeous with the blue chairs that match the blue door, because this is the blue unit. There's a red unit right next door. And one thing that's really cool about this place is, yes, there's another unit right next door, but with the build of the A-frame, they built it to where you can't see the other house. And especially when you're out on the porch, you can't see the other people. So it's very private, very secluded, and you feel like you're all by your lonesome. Another cool thing about the builder and their plans here is they really wanted to deal with artisan local products. So here they've got like an artisan chocolate, which I already ate. And it was incredible, and I'm not a big chocolate fan. And then they also have hot sauce, which I will make with my my food later. It is a Alaskan kelp and piri-piri pepper sauce, which I'm super stoked on trying. So they really wanted it to feel like you're in a local area, to have the local experience. I was talking to the owner, and he was telling me he wanted this design to feel as like when you come here, you feel like you immersed yourself into the local culture and kind of give a place for travelers to go, because I am myself on the road full time, and so I fully know what it's like to stay in accommodation where you just kind of like can just kick back, relax, and have all the amenities that you want. And some of the big amenities you want is a kitchen, especially if you're traveling by vehicle. A big kitchen is awesome, so like a big sink. So with this sink, you'll be able to prep the food and clean all the dishes that you use, because that's just the way it is when you're traveling. Washing dishes is a pain, but here washing dishes is really nice. They built the shelves. They're all open shelving, so there's really no closed shelving other than upper closed shelving. And on top of the other artisan products, they have like a local coffee, like local coffee beans, and a grinder, and a French press. So I'm excited for coffee in the morning. You got all the coffee mugs, which look like they were locally made as well. Tea kettles, all the good stuff. As we move back, these got these beautiful white countertops and plenty of storage. All the silverware you could ever want in the drawers here. Some salt and seasonings for when you cook, and some Reynolds wrap for leftovers, because leftovers are a really good thing. Oh, they're soft clothes, which is really nice. Some cleaning supplies, and then you've got the stove, a 4-burner stove. That is a luxury if I've ever seen one, because I've only got 2 in the van. So yeah, 4 burners, full pots and pans, and oven. I should have bought something that I could bake. Then here they've got this like really cool black fridge. It looks old school, but it's definitely not old school. I don't have any food to store in the refrigerator, but definitely comes in handy, especially if you're staying for a few days. So yeah, that's pretty much the kitchen. From looking at it, I can say that it's an incredible design. I really love it. It's a really good use of space. They really did a good job of having everything that you need in a small space and in a kitchen, without using the upper storage. Everything is down below and up above on the shelves with the natural wood. So pretty cool kitchen setup. All right, welcome to the living room area. It's got really cool furniture. I love it. The couch is really comfy. I was just sitting on it not too long ago. There's another couch here and a chair. So there's like 4 or 5 people can sit around here and have a good conversation and enjoy the view by these big windows. This room feels huge, open and big, and yes, it's a big room, but it's really not that massive as it feels, because it feels like you're outside. And I think that's the point of this A-frame design, is to have the big windows to make you feel like you're one in nature, and it's absolutely great. Back here they've got a sound bar where you can play some music, some books if you want to read. Highly big on this living room. It's really cozy. I've been hanging out in here before filming, so I really enjoy it. So here's a spiral staircase that I covered on when you first walk in. It's kind of like the centerpiece to the entire house, but I wanted to talk about the ceilings. They're this beautiful natural wood, and it goes all the way. It's super tall, so it just opens up the whole area. And then the lights are on the top here, but they're also kind of hidden by wood. So if you didn't turn them on, you wouldn't know that they're there. When they built this, because it's surrounded by trees and woods, they couldn't bring a crane in. So they had to like build pulley systems in the trees and all kinds of crazy stuff to be able to pull the beams up, because they put these brown beams in first. And so it gave the foundation, and then they laid all the other wood on top of it. So these A-frame cabins are really, 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 really neat looking. Just in my opinion, I think they're one of the most aesthetic cabins on the inside and outside, because of how big the windows are and how it makes you feel outside. So they did a really good job with the wood and the natural wood in here, and it's really, really, really sweet. This is the guest bedroom. There's 2 twin-size beds up here. I think this place can sleep up to 4 people, super easy. Again, the lights are kind of hidden, and they're behind the wood. You got some dressers over here that you can put your clothes in. To me, the coolest thing about up here is this window, the triangle window that comes out and just looks out into beautiful woods. The forest back there is just green, lush, and gorgeous, and I think that's the coolest part of this part. And then also, if you look from the top of the staircase, you can you're pretty high up, and you can get a pretty good view. It's functional, it's pretty, it's cozy, and you get a killer view. It feels like you're floating in the woods, almost kind of like a tree house. All right, so before we go into the bathrooms, I wanted to touch on the doors. All the doors down here for the master bedroom and the bathroom are on these sliding barn doors. They're really cool looking, nice wood. It continues with the wooden cabin theme, and gives you some privacy in the bathroom. So let's head on in here. So when you first walk into the bathroom, you would notice that there's dual sinks here, so multiple people can brush their teeth, wash their hands, do the business, whatever you need to do. There's some extra towels in here, also some fresh, comfortable towels in here. The soap sits on this like super cool rock, which I'm a big fan of rocks, so I like that touch. Then over here to the right is the toilet room. You got a shelf for your magazines, your books, your phone, whatever you need to use. You can just sit here and be comfortable while you sit on the porcelain throne. They do keep it very clean and very nice in here. And then they have the poo-pourri, so you don't smell up the whole cabin. This is the shower room. I'm not even gonna call it a shower, because this thing is the size of a room. Honestly, this shower is probably bigger or has more space than the last place I lived in. On this side, you've got a bathtub, which is huge. I don't know how long that would take to fill up, but I'm gonna try and find out tonight, because a hot bath sounds incredible. And then you got a dual shower head in here. Shower with people you like, save water, even though it's a double-headed system. This is one of the coolest showers I think I've ever seen in my entire life. One, you get a killer view of the forest behind us, huge rain heads, and the tile on the floor is probably the most unique, cool tile I've ever seen. So this gets my seal of approval. Probably one of the coolest bathrooms I've ever seen, and I film a lot of these tiny homes. All right, welcome to the master bedroom. This is the biggest room in the house other than the main living room. Really comfortable beds, local art all over the walls, a dresser to unpack your stuff, reading lights. It's got a heater, which is very important here in Alaska. I don't know if you've never been here. It's cold, even in the summertime. Me being from Florida, anything colder than 60 degrees is cold, and it hasn't gotten over 60 degrees but like one day since I've been here. So beautiful area. Again, huge bed, comfortable, cozy. Definitely a nice place to call home for a few nights. This is the patio. This is where you can hang out outside. They have these blue chairs that match the blue door, which is funny because I talked to the owner, and the owner said that they had these blue chairs for like years, and they picked the blue color of the door, and it was just by happen chance that they're the same color. Like, spot on. What are the odds of that? Also on the porch here, you got a place for your shoes, your boots, your mutt, and then you've also got a coded lock. So when you do check in, you can just come up here, get your phone on your Airbnb app, and bloop, 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 and then you're welcome to come on inside. So they've got some lights out here so you can hang out in the evening, a place to hang your coats, because it's not going to get wet from underneath here because you've got a pretty big distance between you and the underneath the roof. You are up on on stilts, so you do have some elevation to kind of look out and enjoy the view around here of Lowell Point and Seward. The sides of the house is like a black aluminum, and it almost kind of looks like a shipping container, and it's really cool. So like the owner said, it's like a little slice of Swedish design here in the middle of Lowell Point, Alaska. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the tour of Salted Roots cabin, the A-frame cabin. They're brand new. They've got a lot of stuff that they're working on. They're going to be adding studios, event spaces, like a tree house. So this is a big project, and they've got a really cool vision of what's going on in the area, and the owners do live here on property, so if anything happens, you can contact them, and they will come and help and fix something and make sure that you have the best stay possible here in the Seward area. If you're interested in staying here, their link is down below in the description of the video, and tell them that we sent you. Tell them, say, hey, Brad from Tiny Home Tours said to come on by, said it was beautiful. So they'd love to hear it. They're a lovely couple, and they have a lovely building. So I hope this tour kind of give you an insight of Salted Roots and what they have to offer here in Alaska.